How did you end up having sex with your mother?
Well, I remember it vividly because I can't erase it from my mind. This one particular day, everybody there was gone. She made sure of that, so she brought me to the bed. The strangest thing, I mean, like I said, the sick part about it, that I liked. I don't want to put no soul on my mama. I love my mama. She was a beautiful woman. She helped a lot of people.
Right.
She just had her demon. Prayer is the most important thing that I need from each and every one of you. If you do that, if you pray for me, it'd be worth more to me than $1 million.
What's up, YouTube? So guys, I'm back in the gym with KD, back on the meal plan with Chef Said, and back in the streets full time. So it's time to get back to the content. What's up, YouTube? Atlanta Street Interviews out here with another one. So guys, this is an update, man. Y'all may or may not recognize him because he done got a little thinner. Yeah. But this is Tony, man. Tony. Yeah. So you had a somewhat, light viral video on my channel. Look at that. Boy, you just gonna pull up? Bald head. Hold on real quick, Tony. Bald head, you just gonna pull up, man? So look, we gotta talk. Stay over there. I got another one for you, okay? All right. So, Tony.
Yeah.
You had a hell of a story.
Yeah, story.
You had a hell of a story, man.
Yeah.
I just want to, huh?
Story is real. The drama was real.
So how did that situation happen? Explain how it went down. How did you end up having sex with your mother?
Well, I remember it vividly because I can't erase it from my mind. This one particular day, everybody there was gone. She made sure of that, so she brought me to the bed. And she laid me on the bed and she got on top. And the fact, once she put her clothes on, I don't know, it just seeing her body, I already got a...
Right, had an erection. I mean, you're a 12-year-old boy, so anything could give you an erection at 12.
She got on top of me and she wrote me, and after that, she told me to get up. And so I went about my business like that. But the strangest thing, I mean, like I said, the sick part about it, that I liked. That's the part that... So, I mean, I guess, so even as an adult, you see that as something that you had control over? Like, do you see in hindsight now? You was 12 years old. You didn't have control over that. Yeah.
You didn't have control over... In other words, you liking it is a function, it's a natural function that we're wired that way. You're going to like sex. So that's what happened, and it
was my first experience with a woman.
So, okay, so let me ask, so it sounds like it was ongoing. How often did this happen up until 14?
Well, it didn't happen like every day, but it happened enough to, at least once, sometime more, twice a week, but at least once a week.
So this was a once a week thing?
Yeah.
Huh. So, after a while, was you initiating it or was she initiating it?
Oh, no, I never initiated.
So it was always her? So how would she do that? Would she just call you into her room and...
Yeah. A lot of times she would take me out somewhere else on a private location, security place, So that kind of gave me a different view of women for a long time. I only seen women as a sex object. But
did y'all ever talk about that afterwards?
We never talked about it, but on her deathbed, she confessed to my sibling what she had done. And she confessed to them and she asked me for forgiveness. But the strangest thing about it drove a wedge between me and my sibling because they don't want to see mom in the bed like I'm the trouble child.
Yeah.
So now I'm at fault. It's just something that I done myself. Right.
So real quick, how many siblings do you have?
I have 5.
And where are you in the birth order?
I'm the second son.
Second son?
Yeah.
So is that the second oldest?
Second oldest.
Okay. Are you the only one that had jail time and stuff like that?
The only one.
Okay, so they kind of see you as the black sheep?
Yeah, well, trouble child.
Okay. Yeah. And so as adults, they heard that confession from your mom, and they turned around and blamed you for it?
Yeah, well, what can they do? She gone. They didn't want to see her in the bed like I'm a trouble child. So
it's like,
who
might
else
as well
to-
just throw more
who-
trouble on them.
Who else to blame?
So the story was real.
Yeah, the story
So the story about you and your mom was 100% real.
100%.
Okay, so I didn't see you for a while. Okay, come right back. I didn't see you for a while. So what happened? Where'd you go?
Well, I kind of got things together. I hooked up with this female and recorded a CD, New Beginning, Tony Bolton's New Beginning.
Now I just tried to Google that. We couldn't find it.
Yeah, well, it's I don't know if they took it down or what.
Okay, but it was on like
But
the streaming platforms and
Well,
stuff.
well, like Facebook.
Okay, Facebook. So I gotta check Facebook.
Yeah, Facebook.
Okay, so I'll check Facebook in a second.
So, anyway, make a long story short, things didn't go right. I take the blame for it.
Well, what happened? Tell us what happened.
Well,
First of all, where'd you meet this lady? How'd you meet her?
actually, I knew her from childhood. We went
Okay.
to church together.
How'd y'all re-hook back up?
Well, after my mother had died, she kind of like started, coming around more, and we got back in touch and everything. So we started getting reconnected with each other.
Okay.
Anyway, long story short, I knew her as a child. I didn't know her as a grown-up lady.
Right.
I didn't know the things that she had went through. That she had been raped and molested, and had been molested by her uncle and stuff like that. So everything started out good. It was beautiful, but then it took a turn.
Come on, let's get to the meat and potatoes
Yeah.
of it, Tony. What happened, man?
It took a turn.
What happened?
Because, well, be truthful about it. I take the blame.
Okay.
The things that I was going through, I kind of like went back and got familiar with the old familiar spirit.
So crack.
Well, not only crack, alcohol, anything that'll kill
Okay,
my,
so you started
that'll
getting
kill
messed
my
up.
pain.
You started getting messed up again.
Start dead and
How
my
long
pain.
were y'all good before you started getting messed up?
Well, I'll say about a good 7-8 months.
7-8 months. So what was it about those 7-8 months that allowed you to stay in that good place?
Well, it was the strength that we were drawing from each other. So may I add that she too had addictive problems. See what I'm saying? So,
Okay. So was it more of a trauma bond then?
Yeah.
Because
it
a
was.
trauma bond isn't always necessarily healthy, you know?
That's right.
And it's only a matter of time before things kind of...
And that's the way I finally came to see it. I said, now she don't been through some things. I have been through some things. We trying to heal one another, and that can't happen.
Yeah.
You can't.
Two unhealed people is always
walk
gonna
into a relationship expecting for a person
to heal you.
to heal you.
Yep, you gotta
walk
come in
into
healed.
it healed.
Absolutely.
So I accept the responsibility. So anyway, I'm back on the street again, and it's a struggle.
So she had a place to stay and everything?
Yeah.
So did you leave voluntarily or did she kick you out?
Well, I left because I told her I would rather sleep up on the bridge.
Then be in the house with a contentious woman. Boy,
Well,
boy I'm telling you, boy.
Proverbs.
Listen, it's in the
preaching, I
Bible. I'm
preach.
telling you. You
preaching
ain't never
that.
lied, man.
That's Proverbs.
You
So
ain't
I'd
never
rather sleep on the
lied.
rooftop
Right.
than to be in the house with a contentious
I'm
woman.
telling you, man.
And that is true.
Okay, it is the 100%
That
true.
is true. But those of you out there in to listen and tuning in to this broadcast, just keep me in your prayers because I'm still determined to win. I'm not giving up the race.
Life
I'm
has its
keeping the
ups
faith.
and down journeys. What up, man?
I'm keeping my faith and I'm staying in the race. I'm going through the struggle, but God gonna get the glory at the end.
So let me ask. I mean, did any of your family members see the video? Yeah, what up, man?
Yeah.
No, I'm good, I'm good, man.
Yeah. And I was questioning about it up to the point my sister came to my defense because she had expressed the fact that her and my mother had already discussed. Because my sister was the only one that I had shared with prior to I shared it to
To YouTube, to the world.
the world. So I mean, we good. we good.
So
now.
the other siblings, they're good now. They recognize that.
I mean, they still. I don't want to put no soul on my mama. I love my mama. She
Right.
was a beautiful woman. She
Right.
helped a lot of people.
Right.
She just had a demon.
Everybody does.
Everybody got it.
Everybody fights their demons.
See what I'm saying? And so the incident that happened, you know, I'm still surviving it. You know, I'm still living.
Well, right, but I'm saying that did you get the validation of your siblings saying, okay, we recognize that we wasn't there, but if you say it happened, we're gonna at least give you a little bit of saying, hey, I'm sorry that it happened or whatever.
I would never get that from my brother, from my sister. I got one sister. From her I did. From her I did, but I would never get that from my brother.
Why not?
Because they don't want to accept it. Then or not.
So they still don't believe it, but
They still see her as this
the version
angel,
that they knew her to
this
be.
angel, you know, that without fault. Because she did good. She did good in the community. She
I get
helped
it.
a lot.
I get it.
You know, so they don't want to see that side of it. But I lived it, and I'm still living. So, you know.
Tell you, man, it's so crazy how trauma from our childhood will literally affect our whole life.
Oh yeah.
The whole rest of your life, man. And so, okay, man. And so you're back out here now.
Yeah.
Like, you done lost some weight, man. You been taking that Ozempic?
You know, I know.
Like, you been taking that Ozempic? You became a Hollywood star?
I've been losing sleep and run off of this place and run off of that place.
Are you
and
back in your
sleep.
addiction strong as far as?
Well, not as I'm trying to hold that to a minimum because I know if I really
Go crazy,
let
then
that,
it'll
you know, get
take
loose
over,
with
then
it,
it'll be bad.
That I would just give up.
Yep.
And I ain't trying to give up.
Okay,
So,
man.
but I do. You know, I do. Every now and then I do dib and dabble. You know, but
Let a little pressure off.
But I try to keep it up under control because see, I know that if I let that beast take over, there's no coming back.
All right, Tony. Well, listen, man, on that note, if anybody out there wanted to reach out, help, or donate, do you have a way for them to do that? Do you have social media, Cash App, anything
Yeah,
like
but
that?
just tell them to contact you.
Look, man, I ain't doing that no more, because then people send me money. I got to track you down and do all that.
Yeah, but
you're going to have to get your Cash App, man.
Yeah, but my cash, my phone have been stolen. I tried to get another.
Get a phone right here, right.
I tried to get another.
Right.
It's all kind of stipulations, due to the fact that I don't get.
All right, man, I get it. Well, where you be at? Where can they pull up at? You still down there by the bridge?
No, I'm
You at the dungeon?
I'm right here in front of the dungeon.
In front of the
not
dungeon?
in the dungeon,
Okay.
but in front of it, in the parking lot.
Parking lot, okay.
In the parking lot.
All right, man. Y'all pull up on Tony, man. Show him some love. We got a couple folks that be around here, work around here and stuff, so they might pull up on you and show you some love, all right?
Hey, look at him. You know, hey,
Ain't no pressure, man.
hey, one thing about it, prayer is the most important thing that I need from each and every one of you. If you do that, if you pray for me, it'd be worth more to me than $1 million.
Ooh, I appreciate it, man. Listen, have a good one, Tony.
Yeah, brother.
All right, man.
Be blessed.